Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. You say, but I don't have a Valentine. I'm not married anymore, or I don't have a spouse. If I'm single, I'm not dating anyone. But guess what? You are loved. You are very, very much loved. You're loved by your Father in heaven. We probably have other people in our lives that love us, but I can say without any doubt, your Father in heaven loves you. In Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 10, our verse for the day, the Lord shows love to 1,000 generations of those who love me, he said, and keep my commandments. He loves you. If you're a follower of him, keeping his commandments, he has promised to not only love you, but your following generations. Well, today we're continuing our interview with Pastor Stacie Wood. And today, because it was Valentine's Day, I wanted her to speak about how the Lord brought she and Andy together. And she does just that. And they're college sweethearts, and she tells it so very well. Kind of a different courtship, you could say, but one that so brings honor to our Lord. And that's what their lives are both all about. So I know you're going to be blessed and encouraged to hear that this is the type of woman that is helping to lead our church at Saddleback Church, Laguna Woods. God bless. Enjoy what she has to say today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Because, folks, we've been hearing from Andy on various aspects, including he said that he met you while helping you move into the dorm, or at least into student housing. I don't know if he used the word dorm or not, but do you remember that?
So it's funny. My mom remembers Andy helping me get moved in. There were a lot of people that day. It was just a busy day, like a whole army of ants, and everyone was moving everywhere. And so I don't remember that exact moment, but I do remember later that day meeting him, because there was a cookout for all the new incoming students, and we were both freshmen. And so we went to that cookout, and after the cookout, a group of us went downtown to Charleston, South Carolina, to get coffee and dessert and just hang out. And so we were both in that group. There were maybe 10 of us or something. And so, but like he said, at first he was interested in my roommate. And so he spent the evening trying to be friends with her.
I did kind of forget that. I did, because I know that's not as romantic for you.
He had already met her because they were both there 1 week early.
What was the school, Stacie?
Charleston Southern University in South Carolina. So they were both there a week early. She was there to be a cheerleader, and he was there for this enrollment services team. So they had spent the first week on campus getting to know each other. And then I had not met either of them. And so I was just the new girl coming in. And so he already had his eye on my cute little roommate, but that quickly faded within the first probably 2 weeks.
So then, obviously, as time goes on, you do notice each other and love.
Yeah.
I don't. How long did you know him before? Because he jumps ahead in this. Well, he will probably fill in over the time, but right now he's kind of jumped ahead to when he proposed.
Yeah. So it was pretty quick. So we immediately were friends from that first day onward. And we became very close friends. There was a group of us that became very close friends and stayed friends all through college. Even to this day, we stay connected. And Andy and I started to spend a lot of time together and kind of start to like each other, I would say within the first month of knowing
Oh,
one another. But we were very intentional to always do things in groups of friends instead of like going off and just being an exclusive couple. And so that was really important to both of us. So we were still dating. We were dating, but we were not going out on a lot of dates one-on-one. We were just always together. And so that's kind of how college life rolls. And then we kind of broke up though. Like after Valentine's Day of our freshman year, it just wasn't going well. And our personalities, I was just getting really annoyed by him.
sometimes opposites attract.
Yes. So we had really strong personalities, lots of rough edges for both of us. So we kind of called it off. But the interesting thing is we still were in that same group of friends and stayed very connected. We served in ministry together. We didn't date for about a year and a half officially, but we kind of had this love-hate relationship going on and on, where sometimes we would be like best friends, always together, really like each other. And then other times it was like, we cannot stand to be in the same room. We were just clashing all the time. So this went on for about a year and a half, and on again, off again kind of relationship. And then the summer, right before our junior year of college, we went our separate ways. He went on a mission trip to Asia. I was in South America and on a mission trip for a couple months. So we went like separate ways. But while we were apart, I was kind of moving on. He was not. He was doing the opposite. He was like, we've got to nail this thing down.
Yeah.
And so when he got back from that trip, that's when he kind of shared with me his vision for his life. And I want to go off and start this church and, you know, be in this ministry. And he said, I'd love for you to be a part of that, which made total sense because we were serving in ministry all through college. And I was really excited about this vision. But then he turns it on me and he says, but the only way you're going to get to be a part of it is if you're my wife. And I was like, I went and prayed about it. I prayed about it for a couple weeks. And during that time, I just felt like God confirmed in my heart that, yes, this is the path that you do want to choose for your life. And so even though we hadn't worked out all of our personality differences and we still got on each other's nerves sometimes, I said, I knew it was worth it to me to get to join my life with his.
Yeah. Well, we as a congregation, of course, are so thankful to the Lord that you guys did work it out and you did go, and the Lord used you guys to plant a great echo church. And that's awesome. And you got to see the Lord work firsthand through you. And I know there's nothing more bonding to a family as to do that. And
yes,
that's now in your history and memory bank. And
yeah,
Stacie, we're so glad.
yes, I am too. I think it was the best decision. So I made it. It was a leap of faith when I made it, but I was considering the outcomes of my life and where, like, projecting forward in 20 years from now, what do I want my life to be like? And I knew I wanted to be matched up with someone who had a passionate heart for God and was committed to making his life count for the gospel. And so I was like, okay, we'll figure out all the other things. This is what I value the most.
I love your story because you guys made and asked the Lord, and it was a godly decision led by the Spirit. And it wasn't, I mean, it obviously included some romance and that type of thing, but you made that prayerful decision, and I think God is honoring it dramatically.
Yes.
So
me too. Thank you.
Oh, that's a great Valentine story.
And I won't worry about tomorrow.